What is up, guys? So YouTube video today, vlogging a bit of the training that I do, a bit of what I do and how I do it and why I do it on the upper body stuff. So recently I've been going over a more of a side quest, if you will. The side quest is basically just on the upper body days. I'm doing a bit of calisthenics, acro or gymnastics or whatever you want to do it. Call it. I'm basically experimenting in that regard because I want to see how much better it is just to add a bit of not normal stuff to my training. And so far the experiment is going great. I'm loving it. I'm a bit addicted to it, and the process is honestly so cool of learning a new skill. And even if it's just 15 minutes before my upper body days, it's really good. I still do the meat and potatoes of all the stuff, but I think side questing generally is really good in your training, just because if you're someone that's planning on training for life, why not do new things and try out new things and try and master new skills. So yeah, I'll show you a bit of that, and yeah, we'll have a chat and we'll go through all of those things. But first, let's get started on my really mediocre gymnastics or calisthenics. So the official side quest is basically just to master first one, just like 3-4 things in. Master handstand push-ups, like freestanding, maybe even a planche, something like that. And definitely be able to do like a back handspring, not a backflip yet, a back handspring. And basically just become Sporticus. What a good goal. Like, I think it's so cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna do this for 15 minutes. I usually put 15 minutes on the clock and I just do whatever I feel like. So we probably got like handstands, some push-up walks. We're gonna do some stuff on the dip bars, and yeah, I'll have a chat about some of the stuff that I find beneficial about it. Yeah, what I've learned so far from it, and yeah, I'll take you with it. The cool thing about that is, when I started, my handstand was probably like 10 seconds. I'm at the and yeah, my brother also does handstands pretty well always, and my goal was honestly just to beat him, and now it's already so much better. Really struggling to get up. Finally nailed it. Should have filmed this way back when I couldn't do that. Would have been way cooler. But trying to do that and getting to like a handstand or longer handstand is so difficult. Benefit number one, why I think this is really good. This is really strange. First of all, I'm a rugby player. The S&C in rugby playing for rugby or whatever, what do I just say, is very traditional. Like, it's super traditional. Doing weird stuff is not. You got your bench press, you got your rows, you got your pull-ups, weighted pull-ups. That's it. The furthest it will ever go for people using or drawing from other sports is really wrestling. Maybe there's some wrestling aspects, but not even the good stuff from wrestling gets taken into rugby S&C. So yeah, this is really strange to do it. Underrated thing. So benefit number one from side questing from this and using it to morph into my normal training is shoulder health. Shoulder health. There's not a rugby player on this earth that doesn't struggle with shoulder health, shoulder problems. Everyone does. So shoulder health, I think, is a beneficial thing. And like, when you look at gymnasts, like, I always look at function. Like, if you have an unhealthy shoulder, you're probably not going to have a high functioning shoulder. Not a shoulder that can roll like really far. You're not going to have a shoulder that can handstand walk. You're not going to have a shoulder that can do that. You're not going to have a lot of function. But then if you have a high functioning shoulder, if you want to have a high functioning shoulder, look at people that have high functioning shoulders that do a lot of shit. That is gymnastic. that is acro, that is calisthenics. Those type of things provide, like, I do like a lot of big range of motion calisthenics in my training with my athletes, and so many of them have said that, wow, my shoulder, since we can be able to do a full dip or full deficit push-ups, their shoulder issues have gone away. And it's not because the exercise is magical, it's because you're putting the shoulder through different ranges of motion. You're training the shoulder, you're making it more healthy, more functioning. Whereas we only ever train the shoulder in 1, 2, 3 motions. Boom, that's shoulder training in rugby. Well done. So shoulder health, first benefit that I've noticed from this. My shoulders feel amazing after I do like my work in this. Oh yes. Oh yes. Whoo. Oh. Oh. So like the second one would be spine health. So spine health, meaning you're training your spine with like flips and side bends and all those type of things. I think athletes already train their spine rigidly, like it's already the way people train their core. Again, I'm going to use rugby strength and conditioning. You have like a lot of rotation and a lot of different stuff in contact, yet we train our core with pull-off presses and stupid shit like that, like keeping everything rigid, right? Where that's not like how sport works, and that's not, the spine needs to be able to move. So yeah, that's again, like if I put any of my athletes in like an extension hold, they suck, they can't extend. None of them can do a bridge pose, for example, but they can't extend, even like a basic extension exercise at the back, they are terrible at it. And this is something that you can get better. Like my bridge pose has improved so much. Like I struggled so much always with bridge poses and it sucked. And honestly, like with tumbling, crawling, and doing like cartwheels, those type of things, it looks stupid. Yeah, it looks like you're fooling around, you're doing tomfoolery, whatever. But it works. It's compared to last week, this is going so much better. Oh, thing is now to get better at the iron cross type of like hold. I'm so beginner at that. And then the press, the handstand press, I want to be able to do push-ups in that position. And then it's like the L sit thing, but the split like straddle, it's called straddle L sit, something like that. Another one is just skill acquisition. When last in your training was there a skill? Gymming was so cool for you when you were younger because everything was new. You had to learn everything, you got addicted to the process of getting better at it. Like when last did we do, that's why CrossFit I think became such a big thing for rugby players. Because there's so many different stuff. There's a handstand walk, there's Olympic lifts, there's so many different things that you can get better at. And that's new to a lot of players. Like we forget that that's like something that gets you to stay in training and keeps you interested. And like being an athlete in its essence is skill acquisition. How quickly can you learn stuff? How quickly can you get better at stuff? like skill acquisition is integral to being an athlete. After we hit like 21, 22, like it just stops. There's no other things. Hopefully I can change that in a way I want to. That's like kind of my goal, to change that at one point. But at some point it just stops, which is sad actually. And it should never stop, because then the athlete never stops. But anyway, this is a good thing. Like when I started this, I couldn't do any of what I just did. It's not even good, but at least there's a skill that's getting better. Check this. Ooh. It was so good. That's it for that gymnastics part. 15 minutes, man. So stimulated. Like, you know, it's fun. You can do these things. And yeah, I honestly I'm fine to do like most of my session now. Yeah, that was awesome. I think it's like 110. So goal is 3 reps at 110, and then basically 2 sets, and then drop down to an AMRAP set, and then do the exact same thing on the pull-ups. Actually felt pretty good. Thinking that I'm doing 120, but it's like I'm completely alone. Fine. First rep, if it feels shit, just put it back. I'm thinking of like the 4th reason, and like honestly, like my 4th reason for the side questing, like on calisthenics, gymnastics, those type of things, is like it just looks cool. Like what a stupid reason, I know. But it looks cool in the sense of like athleticism should be cool. And like, if you're not aspiring to be like the next Chris Bumstead, you're not gonna like fully focus on that. Like, do you really want your fitness journey or your proof of fitness, I don't know if that's a word, just to be how your body looks? Like, is that really just what you want? Or vice versa? Because like, I think like especially like with younger kids, younger athletes, like it's a lot on like, how much do you bench? How much do you, yeah man, you got a 6-pack, oh wow. Like those type of things. Like, is that really all you want? Like, is that really all you need for like your proof of fitness? Like, it's so, for me that's like so shit, 1. And 2, it's like, that's so boring. Like what are you gonna do? Like, if there's something cool to do, like I always think like, if one guy's there, he has a bicep vein, and the other guy can do a handstand into a backflip, I'm probably gonna think that the guy who can do a handstand and backflip is pretty, like, way cooler. Like, honestly, like not a lot of us are gonna like be crazy good bodybuilders. Like, there's very few of us. Like, if you're gonna go into that niche world, good on you, man. Like, do that. If you're gonna be a rugby player, good on you, man. Do that. But like, at least like if you're training for something in life, like if you're just training to train, at least have like a cool endeavor, like have something cool to show for. That's why I really like the calisthenics movement. Not only switching to calisthenics, but just the fact that there's skill to it and it looks cool and there's actually something to show for it, other than just your body. Like, there's something else that you can see, there's a byproduct, there's something you can see, and it's not average, it's not something that everyone can do. Like, if your biggest thing that you can show for being fit is covered up once you have clothes on, it's kind of shit, right? Like, if you have a sleeper build, you know, that type of thing, like, it's a pretty shit thing to have. Like, it's like, okay, your biggest thing that you can show me and we can only see when we go to the beach together. It's pretty weird. It's not that cool. But if like you can show me you can do cool stuff, I think that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, I think that's it's just a nice thing to be able to do. To show like, geez, this guy's really fit. He can do shit. Let's go. Yes! Ooh. 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 Is to do wide grip pull-ups with 15 kgs, as many reps as possible for 2 sets, and then go into bodyweight AMRAP. See how much reps I can accumulate in 3 sets, in those 3 sets, and see if I can beat it. I think previous time was 5, 4, and then 13 pull-ups. So yeah, I'm gonna try and beat that. Also, while we are on the calisthenics talk, anecdote, which means from my experience. When I was younger, I only did like calisthenics with my brother. We were like crazy about it. We did tons and tons of pull-ups, like on that, you know that pull-up bar that you like hook into the door? We had that, and like calisthenics wise, that's all I did up until like grade 9, which is 15 years old. And like we had testing at our rugby, and I remember like when we went in like my grade 9 year and like my grade 7 year when we first went to high school. So we had like pre-season training before when you were in primary school, before you went to like high school. So you went to the high school that you were going to go to and do like training. We had gym testing, bodyweight stuff, and so it's 2 anecdotes. First of all, obviously bodyweight stuff, I did well, like I did really well because I trained it a lot, and like calisthenics was all I did. Then grade 9, I still haven't switched to weights yet. Like, you know the whole thing about you're gonna not grow. It didn't work. I'm still short. But anyway, so I did calisthenics, and I came and I like still had the biggest bench out of all the kids. And I know for a fact that there were kids that started gymming when it was like grade 7. They already started, and I didn't start yet. And I was only on push-ups and dips and pull-ups and handstand push-ups and what was there? Yeah, I just think that was that, and dips, you know, like the not normal dips and also like the back dips. Did that, and yeah, I think my bench was like one of the highest. Like me and one of my friends, really good friends, we scored like the same. He was gymming as well by that stage already, but I hadn't gymmed, and it was like I benched 105, I think, which was still like really good for my age. So I peaked. But basically, yeah, that's like something I really do remember. It being like a big thing in grade 9, being able to bench that. I hadn't touched the weight yet. So like, before you rub off calisthenics, like I know a lot of kids who just want to get on this bench bar and like go, go, go. I had one kid like that when I was overseas as well that I trained. But I'm not going to be that guy that says first master real push-up, then bench press. But if you're shitty at calisthenics, or just bodyweight movements, there's a lot of juice you can squeeze there. So yeah, having that over. I did 6 and then 4. Previous time I did 4 and 4 and 13. This is 6 and 4, so I'm 2 in front. I got to be 13 as well now. So. All right, but as you can see, I do that. Reframe. I do I do the meat and potatoes of my program still after doing all of these things. So basically I do that. But I'm gonna end the vlog here. I still have dips, upright rows, and I think curls or something to do, and then I'll probably do my core later today. But yeah, I'm running out of time, and filming takes more time, and I actually care about my workout way more. But anyway, just imagine what I'm doing. And yeah, all right, thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked some of the takes. I hope you like the style of video as well. And if you want to look at some of the training that I do or grab an insight to it, you can go to my Instagram, MoveMePC, and then basically just DM me, and I'll sort you out with a free week of the Total Athlete program. Cheers, man.